Hello. Welcome back to English Junction. I am happy to see you again. Today, we have a story about a man and two pots. One pot was perfect. The other pot had a crack. It was broken. Do you feel like that sometimes? Do you look at your life and see cracks? Maybe you made a big mistake in your past. Maybe you think you are not smart enough, or you are not perfect like other people. In this story, we learn that the broken parts of your life are exactly where the beauty grows. Relax. Listen to my voice. Let's start. Long ago, there was a man. Every day, he walked to the river to get water. He had a long pole across his neck. At each end of the pole, there was a large pot. One pot was perfect. It was strong and new. When the man arrived home, this pot was always full of water. It felt very proud. But the second pot was different. This pot had a large crack in its side. As the man walked from the river to his house, water leaked out of the crack. By the time the man reached his kitchen, the cracked pot was only half full. For 2 years, this happened every day. The perfect pot was happy. It did its job well. But the poor cracked pot was very sad. It felt like a failure. It felt less than the other pot. One morning, at the river, the cracked pot spoke to the man. "I am so sorry," the pot whispered. The man looked down. "Why are you sorry?" he asked. "Because of my crack," the pot said. "I am broken. I leak water all the way to your house. You work hard, but I only give you half a pot of water. I am useless." The man smiled gently. He did not throw the pot away. He said, "As we walk back to the house today, I want you to look at the side of the road." The man picked up the pole and began to walk. The cracked pot looked at the ground. On the side of the perfect pot, the ground was dry and brown. There was only dust. But on the side of the cracked pot, something amazing was happening. There were beautiful, colorful flowers everywhere. There were blue flowers, red flowers, and yellow flowers. They smelled wonderful in the morning air. The man said, "Do you see these flowers, my friend? I knew about your crack. I knew you leaked water. So, I planted flower seeds on your side of the path. Every day, as we walked back from the river, you watered them. You didn't know it, but you were making the world beautiful. Without your mistake, without your crack, these flowers would never grow. There would be no beauty here." The cracked pot stopped crying. It realized that its weakness was actually a gift. My dear students, you are like that pot. Maybe you make mistakes when you speak English. Maybe you forget words. You think, "My English is broken. I am a failure." But those mistakes are your cracks. They show that you are trying. They show that you are human. When you make a mistake and you keep walking, you are watering your brain. You are growing. People do not want to talk to a perfect robot. They want to talk to a real person. Your cracks, your history, your struggles, your difficult days make you beautiful. Stop trying to be perfect. Start trying to be useful. Many people think, "If I am not perfect, I cannot help others." They think they must be the best before they can give. But this is not true. Think about a small candle. A candle is not the sun. It cannot light up the whole world. But in a dark room, a small candle is very useful. It gives enough light to see the next step. You do not need to be a sun to be useful. You only need to be a candle. When you speak English, do not wait until you know 10,000 words. If you know only 10 words, use them to say hello, or how are you, or thank you. Those words are useful. They build a bridge between you and another person. A robot has a perfect voice, but it has no heart. A robot does not know what it feels like to be tired. A robot does not know what it feels like to be afraid. But you know, because you have cracks, you can feel empathy. Let me tell you a story about 2 students in an English class. The first student was named Sarah. Sarah was a perfectionist. She never spoke in class because she was afraid to make a mistake. She waited until her grammar was 100% correct. She sat in silence for 1 year. She was perfect, but she was not useful to herself or her friends. The second student was named Leo. Leo was like the cracked pot. He made many mistakes. He said he go instead of he goes. He forgot his vocabulary every day. But Leo always tried to talk. One day, a new student arrived. The new student was very nervous and started to cry. Sarah sat in silence because she didn't know the perfect words to say. But Leo went to the new student. He said, "It okay. I am slow too. We learn together." His English was not perfect. It had many cracks. But in that moment, Leo was very useful. He used his broken English to make someone feel safe. He used his struggle to help someone else. Your difficult days are your library of wisdom. When you lose something, you learn the value of what you have. When you fail, you learn the value of hard work. When you are sad, you learn how to be kind to others who are sad. This is how you become unstoppable. An unstoppable person is not a person who never falls. An unstoppable person is a person who falls, sees the crack, and says, "Now I am more beautiful. Now I can help others who have fallen." We believe that the goal of life is not to be a statue in a museum. A statue is perfect, but it is cold and dead. The goal of life is to be a gardener like Marcus, with dirty hands, a tired back, but a heart that is full of life. Let's end this part with a very simple thought. Every time you feel broken, repeat these words. 1. I am a human, not a machine. 2. My mistakes are my teachers. 3. I am useful because I am real. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Feel the air in your lungs. You are alive. You are learning. You are growing. The perfect pot in the story gave water, but the cracked pot gave life to the flowers. Which one do you want to be? Many people spend their whole lives trying to hide their cracks. They wear a mask. They want the world to see a perfect person with a perfect life and a perfect job. They are afraid that if people see the real them, they will not be loved. But here's the truth. We cannot love a mask. We can only love a person. Think about a diamond. Why is a diamond so expensive? It is not just because it is bright. It is because of how it handles light. A diamond has many cuts. When the light hits those cuts, it sparkles. If a diamond was perfectly smooth like a piece of plastic, it would not be beautiful. It needs those cuts to show its light. Your life has cuts, too. Maybe you feel like these cuts are hurts. We see them as windows. They are the places where your light comes out. In history, there are many big walls. People build walls to stay safe. They think, if I am strong and thick like a wall, nothing can hurt me. But a wall also keeps people out. If you build a wall of perfection around your heart, nobody can get close to you. You are safe, but you are very lonely. The cracked pot did not have a wall. It was open. Because it was open, it could give water to the seeds. Because it was open, it could change the world around it. To be unstoppable, you must have the courage to be open. It takes courage to say, "I don't know." It takes courage to say, "I am sorry." It takes courage to say, "I am learning and I need help." When you say these things, you are not weak. You are opening a door. You are letting the water flow out of your crack to help the flowers grow. Let's think about the flowers again. Those flowers did not grow because the man was a genius. They grew because the pot was broken and moving. If the cracked pot stayed in the kitchen and never moved, the water would just make a mess on the floor. It would be a problem. But because the pot was on the path, because it was moving every day, the leak became a gift. This is the secret for you, my student. Do not wait until you are fixed to start your journey. Start your YouTube channel now, even if your camera is not perfect. Start speaking English now, even if your grammar has cracks. Start a new job now, even if you feel afraid. If you stay still, your mistakes are just mistakes. But if you keep moving, your mistakes become the water for your future success. Your movement turns the leak into a garden. As we reach the end of this hour together, I want you to look forward. 1 year from now, you will look back at today. You will remember the day you sat down to listen to this lesson. You will remember that you felt cracked or behind. But because you stayed, because you listened, you are now stronger. You are now filling your cracks with the gold of knowledge. You are not just a pot. You are the gardener, the path, and the flowers. You are the whole journey.
Stay on the path.
Keep leaking your light. Keep growing your roots. And always remember, the world does not need more perfect robots. The world needs you. Thank you for listening to English Junction.
You're doing a great job.
I am so happy to walk this path with you. Goodbye for now, and I will see you in the next story.